wanted to talk to you guys about ending up alone and that the unexpected happenings that happen when that happens. You don't expect to be alone, or you never thought you would grow old alone, but you end up alone. Whether it is because of divorce, whether it is because of a breakup, a death, there can be many reasons that you end up on your own. And how do you deal with it? And what do you do to ensure that you're okay? I made a few notes here. The truth of ending up alone is not always great. Here you see lots of videos about everybody saying how much they love being alone and their independence and that. I do. I love being alone sometimes, but it's not what I expected. It's just, I haven't counted on anybody for many, many years. So I didn't get myself into trouble when my relationship broke up a couple of years ago. I've been telling everybody that I ended the relationship, it'll be a year in October. Well, it'll be 2 years in October. Where have I been? So anyway, I did go through a breakup, but I was still on my own. My own finances, all of that stuff was up to me. Now, emotionally, I was attached to him at the hip. So that was really hard and sometimes still is. But I'll tell you, there's so many people that end up not knowing anything. Um, I'm going to tell you a story. It's about somebody I love, people I love, and problems after a partner died, a spouse died. And it's really, really important. You have your ducks in a row and you learn everything, everything there is to living alone. So if you had to do it alone and if you're with a partner, what do you need to know? You need to know where your investments are. You need to know how much you have in investments, how much money is in the bank. What kind of insurances do you have? Are they valid still? Where are they? Who's the beneficiary? You need to make sure that there's two signatures on an account and one being yours. You want to make sure that you have access to everything you need. What are your passwords? Write them down somewhere and make sure your partner knows where they are, and vice versa. What bank do you deal with? Do you have a slush fund somewhere that nobody knows about? Make sure it's written down somewhere. You want to make sure that you're not surprised, you know? So getting back to my story about the people I love, um, they had a lot of things: a camp, a boat, motorcycle, vehicles, all kinds of stuff, okay? They had things. And the one partner died, and the other one didn't know where everything was: the ownerships, the insurance titles, um, nothing. The keys. Where are the keys for everything? All these kinds of things can cause huge stress when someone is trying to deal with the grief of just losing somebody. There are so many reasons that it's important that you have your ducks in a row and that you have everything written down somewhere so your partner can find it. Okay? Um, a will, a will, a will, a will. Please make a will. Even if you're not sick, if you're not anything, if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 20, make a will. It's so important that you have a will. The people that are looking after your estate, or the people that are left trying to figure out what's in your estate and where it belongs and what you owe, They got to know this stuff. It is so, so heartbreaking to see someone you love trying to scramble to find these things when there's so much in a bad position to begin with. What are you doing, Star? Get it. So anyway, I just want to urge you to make a list of everything that needs to be done, that everything that your life composes of. What is your life composed of? I'm in the process of doing this now because I don't want my kids to go through it. I don't want my kids to have to deal with anything. I want to make sure they know everything. My bank accounts, my investments, my passwords. As you guys know, it's in a book by my computer somewhere, right? I did say that in a video. I should move it. But my passwords, even my password for my phone, you know? How's anybody going to get in my phone to get any pictures off of it or anything else that they might want? You need all this stuff. And with everything being digital, people have everything in the cloud or everything somewhere else, and they don't have it on paper. When someone's gone, you can't ask them. You gotta make sure you know. And you also need to know how to manage daily living. So if you own a home and you have a partner, what do they do and what do you do? Okay? What they do, you need to make sure you know how. So you either got to know how to do it, or when it needs to be done, or who to call to get it done. I'm telling you, I've seen this. And it's so sad where somebody has taken care of a certain thing around the house forever and ever and ever, and the other person has no idea how to do it or who to turn to for help with it. These things matter. And it's not just money, it's not just making it easy for someone, it's emotional. It's this emotional stuff. You know, you can't deal with this emotional shit when you've got grief on your mind and you can't even barely get up, let alone try to figure out who you're going to call if the roof needs to be fixed. So it's these things I'm talking about, my friend. You got to make sure. And if you're in a relationship and you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to do the groceries, you don't know how to pay the bills, you gotta learn how to do that, or you gotta learn at least what to buy and the basic things to be able to look after yourself. If you don't know how to do your laundry, you better figure it out before someone's gone. These things are harsh, I know, and they're not fun to even think about, but they're necessary. You gotta think about these things. You gotta you have to put this stuff in order. I know we all love our kids and our partners and our family members and other people that need to come and clean the mess when we're gone. I don't want a mess when I'm gone. I want to have it cleaned up. I'm decluttering for that reason. I want to get rid of stuff. Nobody wants my stuff. Let's get rid of it now. So my partner doesn't, or if I had a partner, they wouldn't have to think, oh my God, would Donna really want to get rid of this, or would she want me to hang on to it because it was her grandmother's? Take pictures of anything like that. Put them in a really nice little book. Put it in your legacy box and get rid of the stuff. And some stuff you just need to talk to your family about, or your partner about, whoever is going to be there to look after things when you're gone. You know, what do they need to know? Try to think of everything. And not just monetary stuff, the emotional stuff. What jewelry do they want to pass down or give away, or do they care either way? Make sure you know. Make sure you're allowing your family, your person, your loved ones to know, because we don't want problems when we pass. We want our loved ones to be able to grieve and move on with their life as easily as possible. And everybody thinks that's the monetary things. Yes, that helps, but the little things also help. So think about what you can, so that if you end up alone, you're gonna be okay, because you know what you need to do, who you need to call, how to do what you need to do, where you stand financially at all times. And then if you go and your partner is left, they also have the same information, or your kids are looking after it. They know. You have it written down. You have it in a folder. It says, after I'm gone. You know, whatever you want to call it. Ha ha, you know, I fooled you. I've got $1 million ticked away somewhere, right? Whatever it is, make sure, okay? Let's enjoy our life, no matter what we go through, the good times and the bad, and let's make it as stress-free as possible. Be open, find out all the information you can. Be brave, my friends. Be strong and love endlessly.